Good evening and welcome to the State of Business on Now Television. I'm Chamod Fernando. Let's have a look at the headlines. Government to set an upper limit on the debt ceiling soon, Minister Bandula says. ADB approves $53 million to resume critical road projects. Now the news in detail. The Finance Ministry is set to inform its strategy for debt restructuring and the plan to increase the government debt ceiling shortly. Cabinet co-spokesman Minister Bandunu Gunawardena said at the post-cabinet meeting press conference yesterday. The minister said that Sri Lanka can no longer raise money by borrowing from international markets or by printing. He added that the Treasury will announce its new strategy to run the government activities smoothly. The minister also said that the government's revenue was not sufficient to meet the basic monthly expenditures that include public sector wages, pension, samurdhi and social welfare initiatives while servicing bilateral debts. Minister Gunawardena stressed that there is no other option than raising the government's debt ceiling. The minister also stressed that the government now need to assure the debt restructuring framework will be ready by September. The cabinet co-spokesman also emphasized that the only answer Sri Lanka could survive is via technical and management skills. In October, the Cabinet of Ministers approved an additional 663 billion rupees in borrowing capacity, pushing 2022 government's total credit ceiling to over 4,500 billion rupees. The government has secured $53 million from the Asian Development Bank to resume some of the critical road projects that came to a deadlock following the economic crisis. Minister Bandulu Gunawardena said the top authorities of Asia Development Bank agreed in principle to provide $53 million. The cabinet co-spokesman and minister said that given the grave financial circumstances, we had to show the roads that need to be constructed promptly to avoid deadly accidents and the inconvenience caused to the public. He also stressed the $53 million will be dispersed only after obtaining the approval for Sri Lanka's debt restructuring framework in September. The minister said after Sri Lanka declared bankruptcy in April 2022, major road development work that was funded via bilateral partners came to an immediate halt. The minister pointed out that the Bulgarian-funded construction work of the Getame and Kohuala flyovers has been halted despite 95% of its work being already completed. Further, the work on Central Expressway, I-Road projects, rural road network and repairs on the bridges have come to a complete standstill. The minister went on to say, despite requests from the Treasury for essential repairs and construction work for roads and bridges, it has failed to disperse the funds. President Ranil Wickremesinghe concluded a three-day visit to Japan, where he addressed the 28th Nikkei Future of Asia conference held in Tokyo from the 23rd to 26th of this month. The forum saw the participation of a number of dignitaries from Asia, including the President of Laos, Prime Minister of Japan, and Deputy Prime Ministers of Singapore, Vietnam, and Thailand. The prestigious forum was also attended by the renowned former Prime Minister of Malaysia, Mahathir Mohamad. During the visit, President Wickremesinghe was bilateral discussion with Japan's Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Minister of Digital Transformation. These discussions were held in order to further consolidate political as well as economic cooperation between Japan and Sri Lanka. On the sideline of the main three program, the President engaged in bilateral discussions with the visiting Deputy Prime Ministers of Vietnam and Singapore, as well as with the three former Prime Ministers of Japan. The President also met the officials of the Japan-Sri Lanka Parliamentarian Friendship League, which is engaged in strengthening relations between the two countries while promoting mutually beneficial economic ties. A special business forum was organized by the Embassy of Sri Lanka in Tokyo in collaboration with the Japan External Trade Organization and Japan-Sri Lanka Business Cooperation Council. Further discussions were held by the President with the Sri Lanka Business Council in Japan to identify the ways of enhancing trade and investment between Sri Lanka and Japan. Stay tuned. We will return after this commercial break.
Connect with the National Business Directory by SLT Mobitel. We are connecting businesses with their existing and potential customers to reach heights, helping at every point. Getting your business listed with the directory locally is the foundation of local SEO and the first step to acquiring more customers. Your true local search empowered through printed directory, digital directory, mobile app, ebook, call center 1212. SLT Mobitel, the connection.
Welcome back. Sri Lanka-Saudi Joint Commission discussed important areas of cooperation between the two countries under the framework agreement signed by the two countries in 2003. The discussions were held from 21st to 23rd of this month in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Vital areas of cooperation included trade, economic, environment, investment, foreign employment, energy, finance, transport, communications, agriculture, education, sports, humanitarian work, culture, judicial matters, and security. At the conclusion, the two ministers signed the outcome document which detailed the flow of action in the agreed points of discussion. A memorandum of understanding was signed on political consultations between the two ministers of foreign affairs. The state minister commended the humanitarian assistance provided by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to evacuate 32 stranded Sri Lankans from the Republic of Sudan recently. The B2B meeting organized by the Riyadh Chamber of Commerce provided opportunities for the visiting Sri Lankan business delegation to find potential business partners. The government sought authorization from the Turkish government to commence direct flights from the Turkish capital Istanbul to Katunayake, Sri Lanka. A special discussion to this regard was held between the Turkish ambassador Demet Sikesiagu and Minister of Ports, Shipping and Aviation Nimal Siripal Silva yesterday at the Ministry office. Currently, Turkish Airlines connects with Sri Lanka through a route that includes a stopover in the Maldives, resulting in additional travel time of 1.5 hours. The ambassador emphasized that delay caused by this routing is not favored by travelers. The chief of Turkish Airlines South Asia office, Fatih Bozkurt, was also present during the discussion. The minister announced that the request would be forwarded to the Director General of Civil Aviation Authority of Sri Lanka and the Airport and Aviation Services. The aim is to establish direct flights between Istanbul and Katunayake starting from August of this year. The chief of Turkish Airlines said that the new service would not only benefit European travelers but also announced them to travel to Sri Lanka. The minister strongly emphasized that the upcoming measures would significantly boost Sri Lanka's tourism industry while simultaneously fostering strong economic and cultural ties between the two countries. Marriott Bonvoy, which is an award-winning travel program under Marriott International, in collaboration with the Courtyard by Marriott Colombo, hosted Sri Lanka Open 2023 Pro AM Golf Tournament. The Sri Lanka Open 2023 Pro AM Golf Tournament was held at the Royal Colombo Golf Club in Colombo over the past weekend. Marriott International's Market Vice President for South and East of India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, Gaurav Singh, invited all Sri Lankans to indulge in final experience of Courtyard by Marriott in Colombo. Gaurav Singh, who is an avid golfer, said that Sri Lanka Open Pro-Am golf tournament and the sport of golf in general could serve as a great avenue to boost tourism in the country. Courtyard by Marriott, the newest city hotel in the heart of Colombo, is ideal for corporate travelers and serves as a city stopover for leisure tourists. It is also a part of the world's largest loyalty programs. Marriott Bonvoy has over 160 million members worldwide.
So the idea of doing this event is essentially to have our members, our Marriott Bonvoy members, our guests of Colombo come and experience the Courtyard by Marriott Colombo, as well as get an opportunity to participate in a golf tournament alongside Shiv Kapoor, our brand ambassador. This is an exciting event for us to participate in with our customers. When you compare it to international business, it is not fair to look at different countries with the same lens. Each country has its own uniqueness. Each country has more to offer or different things to offer. You look at the opportunities that Sri Lanka has to offer, whether it is with wildlife, with beaches, with the sun and the sand, flora, fauna, hills, tea. There's so much that a tourist can do in the country, and not every place offers that. So I believe that if someone wants to explore, this is a great opportunity for them to explore that. And I strongly believe that tourism is and will remain a mainstay for the country. Marriott Bonvoy, as well as all our hotels, we have a hotel in Veligama, we have a hotel in Koskoda, and now we have a hotel finally in Colombo. The Courtyard by Marriott here in Colombo, which is in partnership with the Abans Group, is something that we're extremely proud of. The hotels come out absolutely fabulous, and we're looking to ensure that we continue to bring in more, as well as offer more to the customers of Sri Lanka, as well as those coming into the country as tourists.
Stay tuned for the stock update.
Connect with the National Business Directory by SLT Mobitel. We are connecting businesses with their existing and potential customers to reach heights, helping at every point. Getting your business listed with the directory locally is the foundation of local SEO and the first step to acquiring more customers. Your true local search empowered through printed directory, digital directory, mobile app, ebook, call center 1212. SLT Mobitel, the connection.
Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The all-share price index gained 22.57 points to close at 8,555.17, and the S&P SL 20 gained 0.76 points to close at 2,421.49. The turnover was 0.3 billion rupees and over 33 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook,